I've spent hours upon hours testing prompts in ChatGPT, and I've used it to create dozens of templates and automate hundreds of daily tasks. But that's not the end of this story, because this discovery has dramatically transformed the quality of the output that I am now able to receive. Now, this minor tweak has saved me countless hours, particularly in editing the output that I am now able to receive. But how? Well, I've discovered the number one thing you need to do that ensures that you will receive everything that you need optimally the first time around. Now, this is the kind of thing that can save you a considerable amount of time and effort in the future, regardless of who you are, what you do, and how you work. But of course, on this channel, I'm looking to help project managers. So that's going to be the focus of this video today. And I'm going to now show you what I'm alluding to and the exact prompts that you need to use. So I've opened up ChatGPT. We have the GPT-4 model pre-selected. I am on the paid plan. Bear in mind, you can use this on the GPT 3.5 model. And here it is. This is the first thing that you should do when you start a new message in ChatGPT. This should precede every other prompt. What I'm going to do is I'm going to write it out, and then I'm going to refine it to our particular use case, aka project management. You are so enter your job role. So where I'm putting these kind of brackets indicates where you should insert whatever applies to you. So you are with, and then you can put your experience in and then specify your industry. And I've put the wrong in there. Okay, that is the basis of the first prompt. So if we put this in a specific example for us, you are a project manager with 10 years experience. Of course, this is just an example. You will need to refine this for your particular needs in the finance industry. Now, this should precede, this should be the first message that you put in before you do anything else. You essentially need to prime the tool to understand who you are and what you're looking for. Now, ChatGPT is based on an amalgamation of so much data that it can literally serve so many different purposes. So you really need to tell it who you are and what you're looking for, or otherwise it will just kind of amalgamate all of that into one, and it will get confused as to the exact output that you're looking for. So do this first, okay? Now, from here, this is when you append the next prompt. And this is where you start driving the exact outcome that you're looking for. So what I would then do is I would then say something like, please create again, here is where you'll put your artifact. So in this case, I'm going to suggest a project plan for and then you could put the type of implementation in here. So I'm going to suggest a project implementing a new software, and then you can put something like internally, externally, etc. But I'm going to put at an external client. So can you see the specificity here? We're very concise, we're very specific. It knows exactly what it needs to do. It's understanding who we are, what we want, and we're also giving it almost the exact use case as well. So now, it's a little bit of grammatical error here. I've just kind of updated that. The good thing with ChatGPT is even if you spell things wrong, I've seemed to found that even if you spell things wrong or the grammar's a little bit off, it seems to understand, which is obviously fantastic, particularly if you're in a rush. Now let's hit go. Let's see what happens. So it understands the prompt. Now here we go. It's given us an example of a project name, it's given us the objective, and now as you can see, it's given us the work breakdown structure. And it's from here, of course, the best thing with ChatGPT is the fact that you can build off previous prompts. And as I said at the start of this video, it's all about kind of, how you can get a more optimal output the first time around. To be honest, the best thing that you can do is to make some editing along the way. So what I mean by that is to provide future prompts that will enhance what we've already got. So as an example, this is already fantastic, by the way, because if you look at this number 4, development, this is very, very specific to software. And that is why the priming was so imperative. But as an example, we could say something like, and this is actually I really like this so far, but what I mean by the future prompts to refine it further is we've got a, say, 4.1. We could ask it, as an example, to go down to a subtask. So we could say, please expand on the development section, providing subtasks for each of the individual tasks. As an example, please break down software customization further, because you may read this and it may not be entirely clear, or this could be giving you ideas, it could be the basis for your project plan. So yeah, you need to use this to meet your specific need. So these are the first prompts that I would suggest. Now here is where it gets even more interesting, and what we want to do here is we want to leverage the capability of ChatGPT to understand what we're looking for and build upon it. So we've already got this all in place. Now what you can do is we've got, as you can see on my left hand side, I've got all of these existing chats, and you can rename them as well. So bear that in mind if you want to kind of return at a future time. But this is where it can get really, really useful. This prompt is excellent. So continue on while considering all of the conversation so far, aka remember that I am a project manager with 10 years of experience in the finance industry, and we're working on this kind of new software and an external client. Okay, so it's priming the tool, and that's what this is all about. This video is all about priming ChatGPT. It's letting it know who you are and what you're looking for. So continue on while considering all of the conversation thus far. You could put all of the information thus far. Now, here's a cool prompt that I would recommend you give a go. Here is a sample. Here is a sample of the style of how I typically write. Now here you can put in quotation, you could put an email that you've sent, you could put any communication that you routinely send out, it could be a one-off, it could be to a very specific stakeholder. So as an example, all the kind of emails that I send internally tend to be more informal. Whereas the ones that I send out to clients are more formal, usually a little bit shorter, usually a little bit more edited. So you could do this for both. You could do it for one or the other. But you would then input an email that you've sent. Okay. So as an example, hello Jason. Thanks for joining the call the other day. This is for an internal. You may notice by the style, but this is for an internal email as an example, and it is just an example, okay? So you really helped me reiterate, and we will get there soon, don't worry, this isn't going to be too long. You really helped me reiterate to the customer that our product release, and I'm trying to keep this, PM focused, but as I said at the start of the video, you could use this for anything you need ChatGPT for. I'm talking about project managers. You could put in here, if you're using ChatGPT for writing, you could say, you are a writer, or if you're using this for, say, copywriting, you say, you are a copywriter. You get the idea. This can be adapted to any need, but my focus, of course, is project management. It's what I do, and it's what I'm here for. So you really helped me to reiterate to the customer that our product release, while delayed, is still on track to meet the proof of concept timeline. Okay, it's all an example. Then you could say something like, I wondered, we'll put a full stop there. I wondered whether, we're nearly there, don't worry. I wondered whether you would be open to jumping on a call to discuss next week's agenda. Next week's customer call agenda. Now, here's where it gets interesting. What you want to make sure that you put the email that you're using as an example or the text in quotation marks, And you might even want to put a semicolon there. And then what you want to say essentially is, this is where this is interesting. You don't always necessarily need to ask for an output the first time. And what I mean by that is, can you use this style to provide future internal emails? I will, now this is the important part, I will provide you with the intended outcome of each email. The most important part, do you understand? Now, the reason for this, now imagine as well, by the way, that ChatGPT, you're having a conversation. It's not, the best way to work with it is if it's a human. You're talking to it, you're kind of asking it questions. Do you get it? Am I making sense? You want to do that to make sure it doesn't just spew out a load of rubbish or nonsense. So, do you understand? Now, if I press this button here, absolutely, I understand. You'd like internal emails composed with a style similar to the sample you provided, and you'll provide the intended outcome of each email. So it's reiterated that back to us, so we know it's on board. Please go ahead and let me know what the context or desired outcome of the first email, and I'll craft it for you. Now, what I mentioned earlier, you could now refer back to this chat at any time. Anytime you want to send an email, you can go back to this, as long as it's saved and you rename it to something that's memorable that you can find in your account. Now, you can just essentially do something like this now. This future prompt now, this next prompt that you can use time and time again is an absolute time saver. Write an email to, again, this is where you put your stakeholder, asking them to desire/outcome. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Absolutely brilliant. It's so useful. As an example, let's use this in practice. Write an email to the marketing department asking them to provide the promotional material for a project update slide deck. Now, I've put marketing department. I'd actually probably put, thinking about it, write an email to Claudia, who is in the marketing department. See, as an example, that's essentially why. But look at this, it's very personal, I like it. I trust this message finds you well. Because we know the marketing team, but we don't know them that well. So it's not going to be, entirely personal. But first I want to express my gratitude for the impeccable work you've been putting forth. It truly makes a difference, especially when we communicate our updates to stakeholders. I like that, that's nice. With regards to our upcoming project update slide deck, I was hoping to incorporate some of the promotional materials you've crafted. These materials would greatly enhance the presentation. This is absolutely fantastic. I would use this. I seriously would use this. And I do. These are the kind of things that I'm using this for. And even if you used all of this and changed one sentence, you're still saving a lot of time. Thank you in advance for your assistance. I appreciate what you do for our team and the larger project guys. Warm regard. It is absolutely brilliant. It is absolutely brilliant. So these are the different prompts that I suggest that you use. I'm going to have a link in the description down below. You can pick up the entire playbook that I use, the ChatGPT prompts playbook. It is a paid product. It's not too expensive at all. But if you get that, you're going to get a whole list of prompts that I'm using on a day-to-day basis, and that you can just plug in straight into the tool and get the most out of it. Save you so much time. You're going to have a whole list that you can just copy and paste without having to write them out yourself. So I would recommend that you check that out. Otherwise, I hope this video is useful. I hope you've learned a lot. I hope you've got a better understanding of how perhaps ChatGPT works and how to get the most out of it. And please, any questions on this process or ChatGPT in particular, drop them down in the comment section down below. I look at every comment, I respond to every comment. So make sure that you do that. And do consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the like button. That tells me I should continue recording videos like this. And with all of that said, I hope you have an excellent day.